know, Stan is not nice, a lot of stereotypes and stuff. So that's what was my very shortly way path to open up the society where I felt unwanted was volunteering. As a social activist, I was told, I was encouraged by so many mentors to say, just go for it and do it. And I didn't know I had a voice. So my career was in shipping. I'm a communication professional, but I never could work in communication because I didn't speak Danish as fluent as a native speaker. So I went into container trading. What is container trading? It's a second-hand car sale kind of business. Not sexy, but it took me around the world, and it made me feel humble towards profession. Just like as volunteering, it's a job you do professionally. The same with the sales, it's relationship building. I went around the world, 28 countries in my portfolio. In 3 years, we did $23 million in revenues. Serious business. So it was really opening me up, but still, I felt excluded, I felt different, I felt the other. So all these things plus loneliness. Didn't feel I belonged since I was young, and so lots of cultural pressures. I didn't really know who I am. Who I am, you know, you should be this, you should be that, you know, the parents pressure you in that society. So volunteering in 10,000 hours brought me everything that you already heard today. Skills, self-care, you know that when you give back, you get so much in return, and connection to people. So, and social capital, I'm going to come back to that. And it all really starts with, I have a voice. I'm 35 today, and it's still crazy that we need to still talking about that you matter, that you have a voice, you're a capable human being, and I do that to young people, do you feel it? Ooh, okay, doots. So if you Finnish young people have problems which Uzbek students don't have. Finnish young people have 10,000 opportunities, and they can't choose. The Uzbek young people want one opportunity, and they are grabbing it, right? So access, this is inequality, but still a problem. Even from Oman, my colleague said, people are depressed, isolated, and isolation costs so much, as it's like smoking 15 cigarettes per day. It's really deadly. So what I really found out with volunteering is social capital is really at the heart of it. That when you feel as an immigrant or whatever, when you're in new environments, you need a new network of trust, network where you feel belong, environment where you feel safe, to really bring the best of you to the world. And this is what we did, learning with lots of experiments I did as volunteer with young people. We have worked with storytelling a lot. But what is social capital in Russian? In Russian they say, не имея 100 рублей, а имея 100 друзей. Правильно. Because that is the most important thing today. We submit ourselves to social media. We submit ourselves to being online. We don't meet face-to-face anymore. We don't even recognize emotions. So what I really realized, we need to be friends more and more. We need to stop hatred, profiling each other ethnically, religiously, or gender, whatever you name it. So just let's be friends. Volunteering makes you build friends. You realize you have a voice, that you matter. You have a capacity to inspire and create change in your environment. So what are the experiments that you could use in your work? The experiments that really worked for me in Finland, I don't come from an NGO background. I had a big burnout in 2016 when I had my shipping job. I wasn't there. I was an autopilot for 12 years in my life. So I just went to use volunteering because I needed to find my own dignity. And that dignity project is what we did. We realized that storytelling is very powerful. We need to learn people how to speak. In America, even a truck driver will sound like an American president. They have speech classes, and we need to teach storytelling to realize you have a story. So storytelling works and future career events. So volunteer equals professional orientation, so you know what to do in your life. But this guy, Will, he's Finnish Thai student. He was not able to find a job in Finland because of his looks. There's still a lot of racism on the job market. So I took him as a volunteer. And you know, it's not about just volunteers being happy, but you as a leader, lady from Peace Foundation, you said you need to give them that also toolkit. So what I realized is how we sell volunteering is that you go back and say, first you trust that, listen, Will, you can do this, give him a small task. He did a good job, pat on the shoulder and say, well done, Will. Then you can give a second task. Then he grows with you in your eyes, and actually that really success factor builds into your confidence. And that's why volunteering is so effective, but really undervalued, even though we know that it's such a big value. So just some pictures where we've been with volunteering. This is also in Olympic Village this year in South Korea. I recommend you all, change makers, to also go there next year. It's World Culture Open, and a lot of people who are willing to make a change in your environment, you have to be there. It's a fantastic opportunity. People, we laugh, we cry, listening how they want to make the world better together. Here I'm working with volunteer movement in Uzbekistan. There are a few students here. Can you just raise your hand if you're from Uzbekistan? Okay, a few hands. It's really new in our country, you know, and we have to change the culture of volunteering in the whole post-Soviet world, because we know this thing like subbotnik, right? So these Saturday mandatory cleaning practices, and they call them subbotnik. We need to change that. So volunteering should be voluntary, not forced labor. So these are some of the students that are change makers in Uzbekistan. And I have Surajidin here. Where is there? He's there! Can you give a round of applause? He's one of the first ones to start youth leadership program. Then I have Azam Hoja here. He just started the volunteer forum. Woo! So these are just few people, and Bazira in the middle, she did a TED talk on volunteering in English. TED Ed in Uzbekistan. So it's so new, and I really encourage you to build international projects together in Uzbekistan, because 33 million nation, 9%, 9-10% has access to higher education. African average is 8%. So we're just above African average to get access to higher education. And we have so much inequality in the job market, we have issues with gender equality, so all of this volunteering is leading to social change, and I really need your help there. So also what we did is a movement now in Uzbekistan as well, in Karshi. I'm from south of Uzbekistan, and Bukhara is a Silk Road city. So it was important we brought the students together, and it's a new type of community building inside Uzbekistan. We are very much also territorially divided, 12 regions, so it's good so that they can build community inside. And also to recognize Thailand, right? Last year we couldn't make, that football team could not make it without the international volunteers that came for free and unconditionally. So what is happening now to improve your possibilities and scale your impact in volunteering? This is a really important slide. So United Nations volunteers and other UN organizations, they're gathering a New York technical meeting, as they call it, in March, and they want to provide evidence for every country, what's the impact of volunteering. So I think if you're taking this into consideration, you can get in touch and make sure that your voices are heard, and that we need to get so professional about this and vocal, so that we really bring this in to our countries and legislators. So I also mentioned about self-care. You don't need to be Michelle Obama to give back. You can give back already now, and you heard that before. So it's also self-care to make sure that you feel connected by giving something without getting paid for it. So I already talked about that, and meeting Obama this year, it was crazy. So I still get mocked a lot that, why do you do work for free? And when I was invited to Obama Foundation in Berlin, we were 300 young people from all over Europe, and he said, the civic engagement is so important right now because we live in this polarized world, but what you do is not that you're capable of giving, but what you're giving is valuable. And I had really needed to understand that we are, first of all, you're all capable of giving, and what you're giving is valuable, and that no one can take it away from you. Okay? So after that, what he also said, which we need to learn as volunteers, to get vocal. You need to share your stories, success stories, on video. On videos, and invest in your, your videos, media production. And work with schools, companies, universities, and communities. And in Finland, just quickly, if in America $200 billion monetary value, it's 5 billion in Finland, and €1 invested in volunteering brings €6 to the society. So that's quite huge, and we need to make sure these metrics are available also in your country. So how can you, to conclude, how can you feel that you're creating change and make sure that you can grow as volunteer leaders? First, you inspire change, right? You're in this environment. You inspire change, someone inspires you, then you go back and you start the movement, start activities, you create change. And lastly, you get so powerful, you feel like, yeah, almost like you run marathons. Then you demand change. Social change in climate, social change in how we treat each other. People with disabilities, we just had that holiday yesterday. Domestic violence, we have 16 days of Orange the World focused on gender violence against women and girls. So that demanding change becomes the new wave of volunteer power. And so in that sense, I feel how we can champion humanity and make it ripple to other countries, because whatever is done here, we need to promote it in so many other countries. People think it's an elite thing to volunteer. So let's make sure that it's inclusive and accessible. So at the end, would you say that with me? It's a little pledge that I will champion humanity. I will champion humanity. And one more time. Thank you so much. I feel really connected to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Camila. Now we all will demand positive changes, I'm sure, and we're all doing that already. So, to be hospitable, we decided to give word to only one Russian speaker on this section at the end, a short one, and then I want to invite Ilya Popov. He's a leader of project Good Surfing, and he will tell you about that. Please, Ilya.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I was short.
Oh, yes. Camila, do you have the clicker?
Да нет, мы не успеем так. А во сколько есть?
I'm head of project of Good Surfing. It is maybe the largest community of abroad volunteers in Russia, and other countries near Russia. All people are very funny. We're not about the serious term of volunteering like previous speakers. We want to go abroad, go away from home. I'm a historian, and for me and my friends, it is a project about the historian and the national heritage. And all projects about the national in Russia and the abroad heritage projects on the farms and other sites, not at home. For example, yes, not me. It's from our project volunteers. 5 years ago, we started the web service about volunteering abroad to connect the volunteers and projects who want to invite volunteers from another site, from another region, from another town, from another country. And we made this website, участием.org. Now on our website more than 18,000 participants and more than 500 projects, and invite who want to invite volunteers and to our project and want to go abroad for another project, come to me before the section. It's interesting to be friendly. And the last slide, the last phrase about that I want to say, I hope that we will live in the world without border, and as volunteers can make it.
Thank you. Please stay here. So, dear guests, we with Ilya from Russian side can say for sure we are open for all your initiatives, for all your experience, and we really want to make friendship through volunteering. Because now we saw how great experience you have. We have a lot of things to share. Let's be friends. We have today and tomorrow more to create new connections and to be humans. Yeah? Thank you very much, guys. So have a nice day. Guys, let's make a picture all together right here, please. If you want to join, please come here.
С ней вообще очень видно, посмотри.
Послушала, пойду сейчас ставлю. Девчонка,